guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video we are talking about barter items we should have in our stockpile. For all of you guys who are new to whole prepping idea, the barter items is the items that we should have or the preppers choose to have in case of the SHTF situation where it's kind of a total societal collapse, and later on after things recovered where people will be exchanging items in exchange for items, other items or services. This is probably the best way of describing it anyway. So in this video we're just gonna cover a few and the main items I think that we should have, and I'm trying to concentrate on stockpiling just in this scenario. So I am going to start with the very best of them all, which is the hard liquor. Bitter whiskey, bourbon, vodka, anything else that's a hard liquor, it is an absolute must to stockpile or to keep some in if you don't drink it. To us it's absolutely paramount. We have a home bar, we have a lot of it, and I think it's really important to have this as a barter item because it's not just the medicinal purposes, obviously it's disinfectant as well. So if we are talking to the horrible scenario, the SHTF situation, guys, and we really hope that we never really have to deal with this, and I don't particularly even thought of discussing the bartering new items for something else, but it will work in a society, guys, we're unprepared, don't have anything else, and we have space, then we can exchange things for their services or whatever else. So anyway, so yes, the hard liquor, guys, it is good for many things, including obviously medicinal purposes. At the same time, I am a crazy prepper lady because I have an OCD. I have to think of everything, and I think maybe not so crazy as such, but it is, as a prepper, I want to cover the every eventuality. And of course, to me, springs to mind, you have alcohol. How would you barter the item? Because you are certainly not going to give away a whole litre in exchange for something else. So this is where things like this to come and play. Yes, you can buy a little booze, little alcohol, little bottles, but they are ridiculously expensive. And I totally understand that you might not want to choose the Johnny Walker as your stockpiling item for the buttering. You might go for something cheaper, and they don't do them in a small bottle. So buying bottles like that, I think it's absolute must, and it's really sad. Yes, I have few of them. You can pick them up on Amazon. You can pick them up on some wholesalers, and I think just really important that you can then dispense a little bit in, and you can sort of butter the tiny little bottle rather than the big one. Again, that's just me, guys. Generally, it's kind of like, it's potentially unnecessary expense. I would solely, if you don't have a backlog or stockpile of the things, I'd then suggest you just spend your money, concentrate on the products rather than a separate packaging. So really important, okay? Right, next thing is the cocoa. Again, we're talking about the buttering items and the things that generally people are addicted to or can't live without, be it of course alcohol as well. But the cocoa, a lot of people are addicted to chocolate, and if you can't buy chocolate, well, cocoa is your next best thing. You can still make a chocolate with that, and a cocoa powder, if stored correctly, will last you a really long time. This one here, right, its production date was 2020 and the expiry was of 5th 2021. It's still in powder shape, it's in a proper Milo bag, it's sealed, it's absolutely fine. I have few that are actually stored away in the better, however this just sits in my cupboard, kind of in my imminent pantry, but I haven't really used it. But it will last you for a really long time, and whilst you still can, you can still buy them like on eBay as a bulk sizing, again the same as from the wholesalers. So again, it's a really good thing to have. Next one is probably maybe people's most favorite one, is the freeze-dried coffee. We have a coffee machine. We don't buy freeze-dried coffee, but I feel it's really important as a prepper to have this in the stockpile. I have beans, but again, of course, I don't have a manual grinder as yet. So kind of having beans is not really going to get me out of the sticky situation because nobody would really want a coffee bean. But having a freeze-dried coffee, guys, it is an absolute must. It will last you pretty much forever. I appreciate it is so expensive. I think one of those one of those jars is like £9.50. I remember, right, good 5-10 years ago, I was buying them for the sake of the jars because the jars were really good, and I'm pretty sure they were like £2. But it's ridiculously expensive. But again, if you shop around, guys, don't disregard eBay for the food products. You quite often get a commercial sized items there far cheaper because they don't come in the fancy glass jars. So coffee, freeze-dried coffee, it's absolute must. And I will try harder to either get myself a grinder or to start buying and finding them on a deal and buying this myself. And the same applicable to tea, guys. Tea has more caffeine than coffee, believe it or not. So for people that are addicted to caffeine, they'll be absolutely go-to and absolute must when the SHTF situation happens. So stockpiling on tea. Again, guys, we had tea in a cupboard that was, I don't know, 5 years out of date. And it's not even packaged in anything but in this initial packaging. So you can buy a cheap budget brand tea. So if you guys don't drink tea but just want to have this as a, as a stockpile battering item, go to the supermarket and pick one off the bottom shelf. Trust me, when there's nothing available and we're in this terrible position, any tea, anybody will appreciate any tea, however shit it is, because just how it is, okay? Next thing, right? Salt, guys, salt. As a prepper, you must have salt. It's just absolutely no two ways about it. I buy a lot of salt. You've seen me, I bought some on Amazon, the pink Himalayan salt in big 4 or 5 kilo bags. I also do buy a normal salt from, or used to, from Tesco's and Asda before they went up in price. Used to pick, this was what, 1.5 kilos. It used to be like £1.20 or something. I'm pretty sure it's about £2.50 now, or £2.75 in Tesco's. It's absolute must. Salt doesn't go out of date, okay? It will sit happily in its own original bag if it doesn't have any holes in there, and it will be absolutely fine for years and years. Yes, you can mile bag them if you really want, but it will become a brick. Kind of totally unnecessary. But again, salt is gonna be a perfect buttering item. It's got so many uses, including cleaning and disinfecting, so it's very important to have. Whilst it's still cheap, I suggest you buy some. Again, you can have a look on Amazon, guys. Sometimes you can find a better value on Amazon delivered to your door than you do buying this from like Asda or Tesco's, okay? So I've bought the iodized salt as well from Amazon. This is kind of like, we've got your iodine tablets, blah, blah, blah. But again, because the body and the thyroid needs a bit of iodine in a kind of the, again, SHTF situation, if you can't get iodine from the foods you eat, it's a good good substitute to have this with your salt. They used to put the iodine in pretty much all the salt, table salt, but at the moment it is not the case. So to buy iodized salt is actually quite expensive. I think this is 1.13 kilos. I think it was like £7.99 or £8.99. But again, I will probably buy more of it because the addition of that. However, yes, you can buy the tablet. Obviously, they do have a bit of a date issue. So anyway, so salt, we covered salt, okay? Let's go, might as well go with the sugar. The same thing, guys. The same thing as a salt. It's absolute must, is a buttering item. Everybody likes sugar. Well, majority of people like sugar. I don't like sweet stuff, but however, you can use obviously sugar for making jams, for preserving, for making alcohol, for brewing, and many other things. So absolute must at the moment. And we've gone through the stage that they were threatening us with the sugar shortages, and we've gone through the stage where Tesco's haven't had a not cheap, but normal, like a 1 kilo sugar. They seem to have a little bit in stock now. Price has been going up anyway. Home Bargains still do them at 89p if you're lucky to pick them up. So again, if you haven't stocked up sugar in your prepping journey, buy sugar, because not just for yourselves, but it's a perfect butter item. Okay, and we have honey. Okay, and I've made a mistake before, guys. I've been buying a basic honey. I bought the Asda honey, which was absolutely disgusting. And then I did some research on honey, and I was really, really disappointed. Basically, all the honey I bought was absolute nonsense, because it's actually not honey, because it's not regulated in this country. I have promised you to do a video. I've now bought a proper honey from the allotment. We have the bees in there. So I will do an experiment to show you the difference between the non-honey and the proper honey. But honey, as you know, have fully a lot of medicinal properties, and obviously it's sweet as well, so, and it's tasty. So again, it will last you indefinitely. The worst case of it, it might crystallize slightly, but that's absolutely not a problem. Yes, the honey, proper honey, is expensive, could be expensive. This one is 450ml and it's £10. But again, you buy locally, you know exactly what you're getting. So I'm not saying I'm going to rush out and buy 100 bottles of that, because I just can't afford to. But slowly, I will be picking a jar once in a while and put this in my cupboard. And I'll have to just get rid of all the other stuff, because it's nonsense. So if you guys choose to stockpile or put the honey in your prepper's pile, please do your research, but just buy a decent honey. If you can, buy this from someone you know, because even the Manuka honeys that are like, some of them are like 30 something pounds, it's not necessarily you get what you pay for. So be very, very careful, okay? So this is kind of covers the prepper bartering items, I was going to bring them to your attention as well. The same thing is with the bottles, okay, little bottles. This is how sad I am. You can buy a mini little things like this with sugar and salt. Again, if you're talking about buttering, you want to, you know, to butter salt for depending what you're buttering it for. It's like having change, you know what I mean? Like if somebody wants to give you something that's worth like 5 pence, okay, you're not going to give them a whole kilo worth of salt. So if you're only going to give them a tablespoon of salt, you need somehow able to dispense that salt and give it to them, okay, because you're not going to just put this in their hand. This is me overthinking this again, but anyways, you can buy little salts and you can buy little sugars from, again, on Amazon, you can buy them on eBay, and you can buy them in general wholesalers, which are already pre-sized tiny little sachets of sugar or salt. And again, to me, it gives me peace of mind, just in case, hopefully we'll not get to the situation. I'll repeat this one more time, but it gives me peace of mind because they're already pre-sized, little sachets, easier to be able to trade them like money if we really have to. And on the positive note as well, guys, don't forget that those little sugar sachets and salt sachets are available in the coffee shops when you go buy yourself tea and coffee, or in hotels if you go. So, and I know a few people that kind of have this as in their part of their lifestyle, really. Every time there's a couple of, you know, sugar sachets given to you on the coffee, they just take them home, which is absolutely fine if that's what, you know, you pay for your coffee, comes with the sugar. If you choose to take it home, then it's up to you. I choose to buy it in a big size because, well, I don't really go out and drink teas or go out to restaurants anymore for obvious reasons, I think. I don't know, actually let me know, guys, if you do, because our, totally different thing now, but our whole lifestyle of going out is like totally changed due to the many circumstances and stuff that's going on. Anyway, different story. Anyway, guys, I am going to stop talking. I've talked enough, I think. Hopefully you find this helpful. If you do have any questions and any suggestions, please comment below. I know the tobacco will be one of the first of the suggestions. I haven't mentioned it because I haven't got the tobacco. We don't smoke and it's bloody expensive. But anyway, any other suggestions, please comment below. Don't forget, thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.